Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating stories in the history of science. It's all about Albert Einstein and his groundbreaking ideas that changed our understanding of the universe. So, let's start with one of Einstein's most famous equations, E equals mc². At its simplest, this means that energy can be converted into matter and vice versa. Even the tiniest piece of matter holds a massive amount of energy. But to release this energy, you'd need a nuclear reaction, like the ones that happen constantly in the night sky. For ages, people have gazed up at the stars and wondered, what makes them shine? Well, the answer came from none other than Albert Einstein. He discovered that mass, represented by m, converts into energy, E, through this very equation. This is the mechanism that lights up the stars. Today, E equals mc² is Einstein's most famous equation. But the same year he published it, he also introduced another, even more revolutionary and controversial theory: special relativity. When Einstein was a kid, he loved to imagine what it would be like to ride a beam of light. As he grew older, this daydream sparked something incredible in him. In the spring of 1905, Einstein was riding a bus and looked back at the clock tower in Bern, Switzerland. Then he wondered, what if the bus were traveling at the speed of light? In his mind, as the bus reached the speed of light, the clock's hands seemed frozen in time. Einstein later wrote, "A storm broke loose in my mind. Everything started to fall into place." Einstein knew that time was passing normally at the clock tower. But on his imaginary light-speed bus, the light from the clock couldn't catch up to him. The faster you move through space, the slower you move through time. This realization led to his theory of relativity, which states that time and space are interconnected. It's like they're part of a flexible fabric called space-time. Sitting alone on that bus, Einstein believed he glimpsed one of the universe's deepest secrets. Before Einstein, the universe was seen as a static void where things simply existed. But his theory showed that space and time are dynamic, intertwined, and almost alive. Einstein's ideas were radical and unprecedented. He was far from the European scientific elite. He was a patent clerk in Switzerland. Yet he had the passion to challenge the established laws of physics. Of course, you always hope for a great reception when you make a groundbreaking discovery. But it doesn't always happen that way. In Einstein's case, the wait for recognition was agonizing. He sent his papers to major scientific journals, hoping for the best, but months passed with no response. Imagine his anxiety. How would the physics community react to his groundbreaking work? For months, there was silence. Einstein fell into a deep depression. Then, his work finally reached the hands of Max Planck, Europe's leading theoretical physicist and the editor of the most prestigious physics journal of the time, Die Annalen der Physik. Planck recognized the significance of Einstein's work immediately. In June 1905, Einstein's paper on relativity was published, and issue number 17 of that journal is now considered one of the most important in the history of science. At that time, Einstein wasn't even recognized as a scientist. Universities and high schools were still rejecting his job applications. We now call this period Einstein's miracle year, although he himself wouldn't have described it that way. The term miracle suggests things happened easily, but they didn't. It's unlikely that Planck knew Einstein was just a third-class patent clerk. He must have wondered about this unknown young man from Bern. This young Einstein was also a husband to Mileva Maric, whom he met at the Swiss Polytechnic School, and a father to their one-year-old son.